Yo, what is going on YouTube? My name is Zebla, and today I'm going to be counting down 5 reasons why people hate Davidparody. I personally love Davidparody, but he does seem to get a little bit of hate. He gets a lot more love than he does hate because he has such a huge fan base, but at the same time, this series is dedicated to why the YouTubers get hate. Most of the YouTubers I talk about get very little hate, but I want to talk about why they get that very little hate. Anyways, guys, hit that like button if you love Davidparody. If you don't like Davidparody, hit that dislike button, and we're going to look at that as a resemblance as to how many people like or dislike Davidparody. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Once you hit that subscribe button, comment down below saying I subscribe, and I'm going to respond to every single person that says I subscribe because I appreciate all the new subscribers so very much. So coming in at the number 5 spot, people think that Davidparody is super obnoxious. If you go to his comment section, there's quite a bit of people that say, David, stop screaming. David, stop acting overly enthusiastic. You're a retard. Like, I've literally seen several of those comments. Now, I'm going to say this once, and I'm not going to say it again throughout the video. I don't agree with any of these points. I'm going over the points that I see people dislike him. So these aren't things that I believe. These are things that the people that don't like him believe. So let me just clarify that before I go ahead and get into these points. But yeah, so people think that Davidparody is extremely obnoxious. Like I said, I find him funny. But, you know, people think he's over the top enthusiastic. You know, people don't like when he screams. People think that it's just super duper annoying. Like, I saw a comment on one of his videos. I think it was like the 100 layer Oreo challenge. And it was like, stop screaming, David. You're one of the most annoying YouTubers out there. You only do YouTube for the money. And it was one of the top comments. And I was like, what the heck, dude? Like, I don't know what it is. It seems like Davidparody and Wolfie raps. I know most of you guys probably know who Wolfie is as well because David and Wolfie are very good friends. But a lot of people think that both of them are like super fake and like overly enthusiastic just for the money. And it's like, dude, these guys are like genuine people. They've met some of their fans, and all the fans that have met them only have like the uttermost nice things to say. So it's kind of ridiculous that people think they're obnoxious, but you know, people are going to be people. There's always going to be haters out there. So coming in at the number 4 spot, people claim that Davidparody is a clickbaiter. If you don't know what clickbait is, it's basically a misleading thumbnail or title that has nothing to do with the video. And in my personal opinion, I don't think Davidparody is a clickbaiter by any means necessary. You know, yes, he does use very enticing thumbnails and very enticing titles, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's clickbait. Like, in most of his thumbnails, he's like super, like, he's making crazy faces, like super, like pretty much excited faces. And if you look at all his thumbnails, the common denominator is that, oh my god, this guy is like super happy and excited. And people think that that automatically means it's clickbait. Just because in the thumbnail he looks like he's going crazy doesn't necessarily mean that it's clickbait. Davidparody is a super passionate YouTuber, and he's really passionate about what he does. And yeah, he might, you know, make goofy faces in his thumbnails, or, you know, he might put a 100 layer Oreo in the thumbnail. But that's exactly what's in the video. So to the people that are claiming he's clickbait, I mean, clickbait is like a Vine compilation where, you know, in the thumbnail, there's like a huge butt in the thumbnail, and then you click on the video and it's like a guy that's watching Finding Nemo. That would be clickbait because the thumbnail has nothing to do with the video. In this case scenario, I've never seen one video from Davidparody that has clickbait. But like I said, haters gonna hate, and we're gonna jump into the number 3 spot. So coming in at the number 3 spot, this is one of the things that almost every big YouTuber gets hate for, and people think that Davidparody only does YouTube for the money. Now, the thing is, I always clarify this same reason. You know, every big YouTuber always gets called a money whore, a view whore, a clickbaiter at one point in time. And most people are super envious of the fact that these big YouTubers are making tons of money. Yes, Davidparody is making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, if not millions of dollars a year. But at the same time, you know, you're talking about the 1% on YouTube. Like, Davidparody is the 1%. For every million YouTubers, you know, there's not even one Davidparody. There's over 1 billion users on YouTube, and there's only about 25 people that have reached the same success of Davidparody. Now, I'm not talking about subscriber count, I'm talking about view count per month. Because on YouTube, you don't get paid per subscribers, you get paid per view. And Davidparody gets incredible amounts of views per video. He has one of the most active subscriber bases, and people think that he only does it for the money. Now, When David Parody first started YouTube, he was making very little money. He didn't have much of an audience when he first started. He built an audience and now he's making money. And it took a long time for him to build that audience. But at the same time, who cares? If David is actually doing it for the money, honestly, who gives a fuck? His content's still enjoyable, he's still funny, he's still enthusiastic, and he still puts a smile on everyone's face. So whether he does it for the money or not, in all honesty, I'm still going to watch him whether he does or not. And most people still would. So like I said, who cares? I believe he doesn't do it for the money, but if you believe he does, in all honesty, that really shouldn't change your opinions on him. It's his full-time job, He does it for the money. Let's just put it at that. Every big YouTuber that does it as a job does it for the money. If they happen to enjoy it, that's just a surplus, but at the end of the day, man, we're going to jump into the number 2 spot. Haters are always going to be hated. So in my opinion, this is one of the most bizarre reasons on this list. But we're coming in at the number 2 spot, and people think that David Parody is a bad influence to kids. I've seen so many comments on his 100 layer challenge videos saying, David, I'm a mom, I'm a dad, you're such a bad inspiration to my kid, you're eating all this junk food and you're eating so much of it and now my kid wants to eat it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, just because he eats that food doesn't mean he's a bad influence. If he wants to make a 100 layer challenge of Oreos, of Starburst, of Skittles, whatever he wants to do, let him do that. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a sheep and go do it yourself. He's doing it for the main purpose of entertainment. These parents that are complaining that, oh my God, he's such a bad influence. Those are really bad parents. I'm just going to be honest. If you're going to blame a YouTuber for the way that your kid eats, then you're a fucking retard. Like, I'm just going to be straight up. I don't mean to be a dick or anything, but if you go to his 100 layer challenges and you surf through those comments, you're going to see countless comments that say something along the lines of, oh my God, David, my son just got done watching your 100 layer Oreo challenge and he's been begging me to go buy Oreos for him. You're such a bad influence. I don't want my son to get diabetes. I don't want him to be unhealthy. Why do you do this, David? Something along those lines. You'll see countless comments along those lines. And I think it's fucking bizarre to think that people would honestly comment that. I don't know if it's trolls. I don't know if it's actual parents. But at the end of the day, whoever is doing that is a complete moron. Let him eat what he wants to eat. And he's not even eating the whole thing. He just does the 100 layers and then he takes a bite out of it. So I don't know, man. These 5 reasons why people hate, it's a series on my channel I do it quite often, 5 reasons why people hate Wolfie Raps, David Parody, Stampy Longnose, Dan TDM. I do it for pretty much every big YouTuber because I want people to know that most of the reason why these YouTubers get hate is really stupid and it just doesn't make sense. Like I said, most of these YouTubers get very little hate, but they get a consistent amount of little hate every video. And I like to talk about why that is because I think it's undeserved and I think it's really messed up. But anyways, we're going to jump into the number 1 spot. So coming in at the number 1 spot, this is the one that I see the most by far in all his videos. And people claim that he's like and subscriber hungry. More so like hungry. But people claim that David begs for likes. He's fishing for likes every video, every second. That's one of the things that I see the most. And yes, David does ask for likes, but so does every freaking YouTuber. So to single him out and call him out on this is just unfair completely. So, this last reason is bizarre, but I do see quite a few comments on his video saying, David, stop begging for likes. We're going to leave a like anyway. You don't need to ask. But here's the thing. You might actually be a viewer that likes a video without the YouTuber asking, but there's a lot of people that will click on a video and they don't even know the like button's there. They don't even know it's there, or they might know it's there, but they might forget to leave a like. There's a lot of people that'll click on a video and they'll enjoy it, but they'll forget to leave a like. And he just reminds those people, if you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. And pretty much every single YouTuber does that because when you leave a like on the video, it shows that either you're enjoying the video or you enjoy the person that made the video. So, that's the main thing. He's just reminding his audience, make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy because a lot of time was put into the video. But anyways, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. My name is Zebla, and I'm signing out.